So I am in that season. I am in the hard season of breastfeeding, husband working long hours. He's dog tired when he walks through the door. I really want to help the mom, the wife, the burnt out cashier at Target, the person who's in college and doesn't know why. I've been all of those people.
Welcome to the She Considers a Field podcast with me, your host, Sydney Faith, the show for moms, wives, makers, and creatives who need a shot of inspiration. No matter where you are in life, I believe there are fields of opportunity for us to consider. In good seasons and in bad, you are called to redeem the time, whether that's raising the next generation or posting on Instagram. Let's create before we consume. You are meant for more, and if you don't feel that today, keep listening and I'll gas you up into believing it.
There's color now in everything. Hey you guys, welcome back to the She Considers a Field podcast, where I show up on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Right now I have one kid I'm watching on the baby monitor. I have another kid behind me who is playing sensory play with a bucket of rice, or it's like a big bin of rice and some toys. And then my third kid is at school right now. We do a hybrid homeschool program. So yesterday was a homeschool day. Today's a school day. So I had a few moments and I figured I would sit down. I really want this podcast to show moms that it is possible to do this as we have little ones running around. If you just have a few simple pieces of gear, if you just set aside the time, if you push through the hard, you'll find that it's really not that hard to set up a camera and film your life and move from consumption to creation. As I feel like so many stay-at-home moms or work-from-home moms, we get stuck in a cycle of consuming because we think that's all we have time for. But I've just found over the years, being a wedding videographer, I have carved out time to film and produce other people's lives so I can do the same for myself. So anyway, here we are. I don't have a nanny in this season. We don't have daycare. We just have a hybrid school program 2 days a week. I spend lots of time with my kids and I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't regret it. I didn't send my daughter off to a care program until she was 4 years old, and that was pre-K, and I have zero regrets. And just for a matter of transparency, I will tell you that I'm actually going to pause right now because the 2-year-old needs me. The baby just woke up and will come back in a little bit whenever there's another round of naps. So yes, it's true. I bought that viral MRR course that everybody was talking about the past year and a half or so. And I was an early adopter back in 2023. I had been looking for so many ways to make money online, like so many of you. You probably landed on this video because you're interested in making money online. You see the digital space is growing. It's expected to be like a multi-trillion-dollar industry soon. And I was just like you. I was searching everywhere. I was searching YouTube. I was buying like Etsy things. I was like buying little courses. I was following all these people's sales funnels, and it was getting really confusing at the end of the day because I was just like, what do I do with all of this mess? Like, it just looked like a mess to me. So when I came across this MRR course, I realized that this was probably what I had been looking for. And the thing that really hooked me in was the fact that it had master resale rights. There are tons of scam videos out there that people call it a scam, but I would urge you to think critically and think, okay, does this person actually own the course? Because I can tell you that almost anyone who has actually purchased a course with master resale rights would tell you that it is not a scam. It is a course, like it truly is. There are modules that teach you how to do things, which by definition is a course. So it's online education. I do not think it's a scam. I'll just give that away right now. I hate clickbaity titles, but at the same time, I want to let you know, like, I'm a critical thinker. I'm a big why person. I ask, why would people think this? So to just go to the people who say it's a scam, it is not even close to being an MLM. I don't even think MLMs are scams, but I would never do an MLM because I'm just not like salesy unless I absolutely 100% believe in a product. There's the roadmap, right? Then the roadmap used to have MRR with PLR, which meant you could download the entire course and change it and make it your own. I bought Digital Wealth Academy straight from Rachel. If you know who she is, she's the founder. I bought it from Rachel back at the end of 2023 when it really hit and started to go viral. And when I bought it from her, I was expecting to get the roadmap, but it ended up being Learn and Earn Profits. And right away, quick, I was like, oh no, I do not like this black and pink branding. That was not my style. And I was actually surprised that Rachel was selling it because Rachel's brand was very clean, white, crisp, young, like millennial. And like, honestly, I felt like I really related to her. So to see that it was Learn and Earn Profits, I was just it felt like bait and switch to me. But I started taking the course and I was like, oh crap, this is everything I've been looking for. This teaches me how to make a sales funnel, how to automate things and get people on my email list, and how to have a lead magnet, all this stuff that I didn't understand. And during that time, Rachel started to make DWA, and she told me in my DMs, like we were talking, and she told me in my DMs, she's like, hold out because I'm about to rebrand this thing. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And that's back when you could do that. You cannot do that with any of the courses now. You can't buy the roadmap or Learn and Earn Profits or DWA and rebrand it and make it your own. So this was a time that no longer exists when this happened. So she took Learn and Earn, rebranded it to DWA, added a bunch of other educators and creators, and now DWA is like the empire that it is today with over 100,000 people, I think, in it now. So all of that to say, it's not a scam. I'll run you through the modules right here. You can see that it's a course. It teaches you information. It taught me things that I never would have known. But I started to get uncomfortable with selling it when it was going through all of those changes. So the cool part for me was I had only been marketing this course on a brand new Instagram account with like 200 followers that I had just started. I had only been on that account for 11 days. I was just talking about the course every day and what I was learning before I made my first sale. And my first sale happened while I was at a Bible study with friends and family, which was just astounding to me because I'll tell you, I had hired a nanny who cost me $900 a month. Like I was desperate to find another way to stop trading time for money. I hired a nanny and I was like, I gotta make this work. And I would go to my room, shut the door, and I would nurse. And in between nursing, I would be like searching, researching, teaching myself all day long, teaching myself AI, teaching myself even like animation, because I was thinking about like getting into animation. But through all of that search, that's when this course hit. So that was such a blessing because I actually found what I was looking for. And whenever I made that sale on day 11 of owning the course, that meant that I made my full investment back. So I was now at net zero because I paid $497 to Rachel for the course and then made my $497 back in 11 days of marketing it on a brand new Instagram. So that was shocking to me. I was just floored, especially because I was at this Bible study with friends and family. And I'll just tell you, my heart like sunk to the floor. I'll never forget that feeling. It was just like, oh my gosh, the unicorn does exist, of like something that can scale, something that doesn't require trading direct time for money. You're still trading time in that you're marketing. It's called digital marketing for a reason. But like I said in the past few videos, my wedding business is like little squares on Instagram that people go and watch. They'll binge my stuff. And then by the time they decide they want to work with me or not, I'm getting emails like all throughout the day, throughout the night, whatever. And then I have like my pick of people with dates and availability and whatnot. So the crazy thing to me was that I had put this time in on the front end and it paid off while I was off with friends and family. And to be at net zero with profit, like to have made my money back in 11 days, just completely changed the way I look at everything. And I hope that anybody who wants that experience can get that experience, because after that sale, I made another and another and another and another and another. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is real. Like, holy cow. Like, I totally see, if you follow Rachel and if you're on this video, you know what Digital Wealth Academy is. You probably are curious about it, or you already own it and you want to hear somebody else's experience, which is just so insane. And I'm so happy for her. Like, she literally got hit by a car or something. Right? Yeah. She got in a bad accident and like broke her leg or her hip. I remember this, like, I think it was at the beginning of 2024, maybe. She was like in the hospital and still making money while she was literally stuck in a hospital bed, which was insane. I was just so shocked at that. That just blew my mind. And I'm sure that's how most millionaires live, with their businesses running on auto, or if you own a coffee shop, there's people selling coffee for you while you're off golfing or whatnot. But For me, I had only ever directly traded time for money other than a few YouTube AdSense things. Like I had one YouTube video that like got over 1 million views, and that video alone I think paid me almost $4,000, which was cool, but it wasn't guaranteed and it wasn't like intentional. It happened by accident. So I didn't know how to duplicate it. I don't know how to duplicate a million view video over and over and over again. And you can see like the largest creators out there can't always hit 1 million views every single video. So for this to have worked out the way that it did, it lit a fire in me basically to where I was like, okay, we're going to do this dang thing. And I did it for a while, but then the branding for DWA started to change, and it's still an amazing course. I don't want any of this video to seem like I am like bashing any of that. If this course is for you, this course is for you. If it fits your brand, your vibe, that's amazing. And if you like the course and you want the course, I still have the rights to sell the course to you. But I stopped listing it in my Stan store because of this, because I am not in that stage of life. I am not in a stage where I'm carrying Louboutin bags. I'm not in a stage where I want to drive a Porsche. I love my minivan. My minivan's the best car I could possibly have right now with 3 children and breastfeeding and like school days and just busy parking lots and grocery pickups. Like I love my minivan. It is so practical for me. So DWA does not represent the minivan lifestyle with crumbs in the carpet, you know, and that's fine. And you can sell it even if you have a minivan, whatever. But I really just wanted to feel more authentically aligned with something and to see like a flashy lifestyle and the way that I want to market and who I want to market to. Actually, I felt like DWA didn't fit those people because at the end of the day, I said I was nicheless on my past few videos, but I also know who I'm not trying to market to. Like in my wedding business, I market to luxury people, to people who buy things without thinking, to people who have a lot of money, typically people who have very wholesome lifestyles because they can plan these big elaborate weddings. So that means everybody gets along. But when it comes to when it comes to me and who I am as a business and a personal brand, that's not really me. I'm actually much more like quiet, kind of like down to earth. I'm a saver. I'm very strict with like how I spend. And that's who I want to talk to. I want to talk to people who are in that same season, especially if you're a mom, especially if your husband works 50, 60, 70 hours a week like mine does. And those are my people. And so DWA just did not reflect that. And so that's why I no longer list it in my Stan store. I still can sell it if you want it, but I am going a different route now with the Bootstrap course. I don't come alive over material things. I don't get excited over luxury items. Honestly, it's lost on me. It kind of sucks. My husband gets annoyed because he'll buy like the expensive bottle of wine for us on a date night, like a $70 bottle. And I'm like, man, I just don't even notice the difference. Like maybe I just don't have fine taste. Like, let's see. I think this top and this hat are both from H&M. My boots were thrifted. My pants were like super cheap. I'm just kind of more of a saver. There's not much that I'll splurge on other than gear. I do love gear, like camera gear and sound equipment and whatnot, but it also pays for itself with the job that I have and it's a tax write-off. So that is why I no longer push DWA. It's not so much that it's not a great course. I think everything in that course is incredible. I think what Rachel has done over the past year and a half is just insane. If you've followed her journey like I have, it's amazing to see how she went from like a single mom and somebody who I think was in an MLM to someone who's made well over $7 million. And she continues to just grow every single day. She got fit, like she's traveled to Europe. She's like really nailed the marketing thing. And it's amazing and it's an inspiration. And I follow her example. Absolutely. She is definitely like a business mentor from afar. But for me, that's why I'm changing. I'm changing over to more of like a blue collar brand, if you will. And I'll just leave you with this. When I kind of really realized that, I went to go buy some chairs for this dining table that we're sitting at because it extends pretty big. And I didn't have enough chairs for a dinner party that we were hosting. And I went to go buy these chairs in a trailer park. Actually, this lady was selling, I think it was 6 chairs in the trailer park. And it was a nice trailer park. Like everybody like decorated. It wasn't like a ghetto one or anything. But I noticed while driving around to find her house that every single trailer house was occupied. Like it was maxed out occupancy. This trailer park, just in this short little mile radius, had thousands of people living in it. And I was like, holy cow, like there's a lot of people living here. Dang. And we used to live in an RV for 3 years at a trailer park, RV park. And I loved it. It was great. So I'm not looking down on that at all. Just please hear me when I say that. In this trailer park, I was sitting there and I looked out the window and I saw this man like in a mechanic suit. He was tired. He like took his hat off. He like wiped his head and he's just slowly going up the steps to his trailer house. And my heart just kind of had such a pull and like a break for him because, and not just for him, for every blue collar worker out there, including my husband. It broke my heart to see how exhausted this man was going up the steps to go again to like another shift with his family. Family is hard work. Like when my husband gets off work, it is not over for him. This is a nut house in here with my kids running around like crazy and we're all loud and it's just basically a race to bedtime. And then we pretty much crash at 8:30 p.m. because we're tired. There's another day tomorrow that's coming. And so seeing this man, I just really like something hit me that day when I saw him. And I just thought, you know what? These are the people that I want to reach out to. These are the moms. These are the wives. These are the men who I want to speak to and call out to and find, because I am you. I am in that season where we are busting our butts daily and we spend money on the good groceries, the organic eggs and whatnot, but it is a big chunk of our budget. We live in a 1,200 square foot house right now that we don't really see a way to get out of it unless we wanted to spend $3,500 plus a month on a mortgage, which I just don't want to do. I just don't want to do that right now. In a season with little kids, they love this little home and it works for us. I just moved our 5 and 2-year-old into the same room and they love it. They were giggling so much last night because we need to make room in the other bedroom in this house for the new baby that will be moving out of our room soon. So I am in that season. I am in the hard season of breastfeeding, husband working long hours. He's dog tired when he walks through the door and he still puts on a smile, which is such a testament just to him as a man and a husband. But we are in that hard season of life. And if there's anybody that I want to help, it is those people. It is people like me, because I know that I have wealth producing capabilities because I have done it. I've hit $20,000 months with my wedding business, but I just can't scale myself like that anymore with having small children. And I'm not willing to sacrifice my caretaking with another caretaker right now. I'm happy to stay home with my kids, but families on single incomes or single and side incomes, we're feeling the brunt of this economy, you know? Gosh, my biggest encouragement to anyone in that season is just right now, it is just grunt work. Basically, it's grunt work, and I'm a Christian, I'm a believer. So having other moms around me has been crucial. Praying, I'll pray at 3 a.m. after breastfeeding, just praying daily and trying to fill my cup, but it's not going to get full every single day in the season. And that's okay. I utilize family as much as I can, but I also don't like to exhaust that resource. Maybe I'm just too independent. I don't know. That is a struggle that I have to work on. Maybe I need counseling or something, but I just don't like to ask for things from people, or I can be very transactional. So I just relate to you if you don't have anybody to watch your kids, if you're trying to do some side hustle, but you're not an MLM person. I am not an MLM person, guys. Like the wellness box, people have approached me about that. Money, people have approached me about that. And I've bought the products, but I'm not in love with them so much that I could talk about them every day. What I am in love with is empowering people to build something that they love, that they're passionate about, that they're good at, and monetizing that skill set, because it's just too easy, guys. There are people that I follow who have hit multi-7 figures in their business and they don't even spell words right, or they're so far ahead of the game that they have their big, massive mansion already and they're just not relatable anymore. And so I just want to share with people, I really, really want to help the mom, the wife, the burnt out cashier at Target, the person who's in college and doesn't know why. I've been all of those people. I want to help you scale something, build something that you want to build, not that anybody gave you to build, because let's be honest, like Amazon affiliate marketing, you've really got to scale that thing if you're going to get anywhere. There was kind of like a little gold rush on TikTok with TikTok Shop and people being able to promote something so quickly. A lot of that is just super cringy, and I can't be cringe. Like the Halara leggings that people are showing their butts off in, I'm just not going to show my butt off to the camera. That's just not who I am. It's who I used to be before I was saved, honestly, but I don't want a bunch of people looking at my butt. This is the way that I would like to monetize an online presence. And if you are interested in that too, please feel free to DM me on Instagram. If you just want to talk business ideas, which I have done with other girls in the past, if they're just like, man, I don't know what I should do, I don't know what I should build, let's talk about it. Like, time is a hot commodity, but right now while I'm building, giving things away for free is the way that you earn trust. And I want people to trust me. I feel like I'm a trustworthy person, but you would determine that by the value that you get from me, not me just saying it. So that's what ultimately this podcast is all about. That's who it's for. And my hope is to eventually start interviewing women who have done the same thing, who've built businesses that they don't have to sacrifice family time for, because it can be done. The Proverbs 31 woman is a model. God showed us all of these things that she was capable of, and we are not excluded from that. And so if you are in that season where it is grunt work like it is for me and my husband, man, we feel you. We are in it too. And that's why I'm building the Bootstrappers course. It's for you to be able to bootstrap something, for you to be able to launch your business for free. The only cost that there is would be to buy the course to learn the information, obviously. But along with the Bootstrap course comes PLR. So I'm giving back what all those other courses took away, which is my course framework would be yours completely to edit and change and have and do whatever you want with it and make it your own. And so to me, that's the most exciting thing about this course that I'm excited to sell, is that it's not just teaching you how to do something, but it's giving you the blueprint to edit and change and make your own and do with what you want. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed listening to this. I hope you found some value in it. I just am here to serve, here to help, and I'm trying to find my people. And if you're one of those people, comment down below or reach out to me on Instagram so I can start putting like faces to these views. I see you guys, and I want to start dialoguing back and forth and see where we can take this thing and grow your business as well, grow your idea as well. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed listening or watching wherever you did. I hope you have a great time of day, whatever time of day it is for you. And I will see you guys or talk to you in my next one. Bye.